And they ain't never seen this shit before.
Ooh, big head on the beat.
Wow. Gang, gang, bang, bang. Wow. Without no coat, I was walking and meditating in the rain. Reminiscing about being in prison, I was locked in them chains. Without no drugs, I was working and stimulating my brain. I ain't gotta act how I was acting, everything to change. I was missing out on plenty shit.
Yo, what up? We out here.
Casey's on Main.
Casey's first sponsor.
Downtown
location.
Hey.
You already know what it is. I know y'all gonna love this episode.
Your block with 100 rounds. Go to shoot and try to run, hop out the whip and we gon' run you down. Shoot him dead up in his head, knock off his dreads, now he can't make a sound. Kill him where he stand, we live by law and we gon' lay it down. Tell me he won't smoke 187, that's that same shit. 357, seen you the head, knock out your brain quick. Sipping on his drink, or I pre-Fredo, this that bang.
Yo, what is going on, and welcome to the next episode of Top Shelf Thoughts. And if you ain't been paying attention, this is episode 8, baby.
8.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Unique.
Yo, it's R to the O to the B. You already know me. What's good, yo? What's good, bro?
What's good?
Yo, it's a lot, man. A lot's been popping, yo. So we got the giveaway going on.
Giveaway still going on. I hope y'all paying attention to that.
I really hope so. The first 2 questions: who pulled? Who pulled Rowdy out of the car? The second question was, how many times have I been to Savannah, St. Patrick's Day? So if you can answer those questions plus more, hey, you get a chance. So yo, what's been going on with you this week, man?
Chilling, man. So I came to the decision that I'm gonna stop gaining weight again. Yo,
we should do like a weight loss challenge.
I'm down.
I think that would be cool, like between you and I. What should we wager? I think that's a good thing. What should we wager?
Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? I think I could. You know what I'm saying?
So, as you notice, we're in a new location today. You might hear some background noise, but that's because we're in a popular location. Tell them where we at.
We are at Casey's on Main. Hey. 2 Main Street, New Britain. I know you guys have heard us talk about this so much. So Casey has decided to sponsor us. Yep. The owner, Keith, amazing guy. They decided to sponsor us for a couple episodes, give us a nice location to shoot. We'll try it out this episode, next episode. You know what I mean? We're going to put like a nice little platter here for y'all can see, but
we're going to be eating some
check
wings.
Check them out. First sponsor, what up?
Alright, so the thing we're talking about today is pretty much the drugs and if it's really being glorified in music like I think it is. And the reason I thought about that subject is because the recent overdose that Demi Lovato had.
Gotcha.
So if you've been following the news, following music, anything, it's pretty much everywhere because she's like a pop artist right now.
Gotcha.
So the main kind of is, and I thought about this topic before, just not even do a show, just because I think it really is glorified. So I kind of want to get into that and kind of what she went through and how accessible certain drugs really are, especially to celebrities.
Yeah, and that's the thing with drugs. Nowadays, I mean, it's not even look at Kurt Cobain, look at DJ Screw from Houston. Are you familiar with Bonk?
Yeah.
Bonk. Yeah. So he just did an interview with No Jumper.
Okay.
He passed out. So you know what I mean. So we look at it now. The generation. This is the drug generation. You know what I'm saying. So when you look at hip hop before, that was the drug dealers. You know what I'm saying. That was the drug dealing era.
I had that same thing. I'm like, okay, our generation or the '90s generation was.
And not to say they wasn't using it,
but they weren't saying it. They weren't pushing it like I'm doing lean. Well, that was the 2000s.
Well, that was Houston, like
the
down south.
Smoking this,
but it didn't go. I think it got so the over medicating and shit like that. It got so popular. So now it went from I'm sitting here smoking like how many interviews we've heard that Biggie always sat with mad weed.
Yeah.
Even if you look at Snoop. Weed and shit like that. I don't even consider that a drug.
Show, but he smokes the whole show. Yeah.
But when you look into like the harder shit, like you're looking at the coke, you're looking at the crack, you're looking at meth, you're looking at all that shit. Even when the Molly, 3 years ago, Molly was heavy, bro.
Bath salts and these kids are doing anything to catch that
That's
high.
when you get the mumble breath.
I kind of feel like the new generation of hip hop. I don't even want to call it hip hop, but the new generation of
it's hip hop, but it's not.
It's your hip hop, not my hip hop. But I feel like the generation of hip hop that's out now is pushing that. And I listen to a lot of different music. I don't really care if it's good music, it's good music. But I don't hear, especially pop music, you're not gonna hear glorified. Country music is more like I drink beer and hang with my dog
relationships
and beat women. Hey. Am I lying?
I mean, you can throw the same argument for rap.
Yeah, boy, rap, yeah.
I take my drugs, I beat my chick, I beat my bitch.
But I feel like
so it became this cool thing to take drugs, go on SoundCloud, make a track, and that's where you get the Lil Xan, Lil Pump, and all this other shit. And I can't remember the DJ that just died, but it was a beast. He cut himself, but A&M.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A major, big time DJ. You know what I'm saying? Coco.
Yeah.
You look at Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Those are so all
and
these
that's the thing
crazy.
too, like, I kind of think. So back in the when it was a rock and roll, you didn't hear them pushing it, but you heard all the overdoses, whether they died or not. This person overdosed on this. This person's in the hospital for this drug. This person tried to commit suicide or committed suicide. And now you don't hear that as much on the rock and roll side, because rock and roll was sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Yeah, that's what it was known for. But you didn't hear them talking about it as much.
I would say you definitely heard it.
It was subliminal.
Exactly.
It wasn't. I'm about to go snort cocaine on the table because I'm the Weeknd.
Facts. It was very, but even music then, it was very subdued. Everything was subdued and kind of like subliminal.
So
you know what I'm saying? So you knew what they were talking about, but you know what I'm saying? Look at Puff the Magic Dragon. Motherfuckers was singing that shit as a kid. But you know what I'm saying? Man, he did. We can keep going on with music with that, but I think the biggest thing is that it takes an effect. Well, now I think that because of everybody's so accessible now, it's harder because you're always in somebody's image, but then at the same time, I understand that if you're not in that eye, or whenever you're not in that eye, you probably go way much harder. Because now, because of social media, where motherfuckers were in clubs in the early 90s, early 2000s, probably coked out their ass, doing cokes, doing bumps. You have cameras everywhere. You go into a club, you never know who's watching you, who's doing whatever, so it brings that down. So where now the more social drugs, they keep going, but then when people get in their depressions and shit like that, they go to the hard shit.
Yeah, and I don't want to say it's just musicians, because it's pretty much the entertainment community and all, but you're not going to hear actors talking about, I'm doing this, I'm doing it, because they're not on the radio.
It's glorified.
It's super glorified.
So it's glorified to be fucked up. It's glorified to go on an interview and be the most fucked up person.
My video just got mad views because I was high as hell. Like, that's a great influence. That's exactly what
that's the culture. So now I guess the question is, where do we step in and we sit there and say, yo, that's just not cool? But then it's kind of a contradiction, because I grew up listening to the Jeezys, the Jays, the Biggies, you know what I'm saying? The Big L's, so all, you know what I mean? NWA, all these people that actually lived that life, you know what I'm saying? But it was, we failed. So instead of growing up and being like, yo, that's not the necessary way to go about it, let's figure something else, we just let them get so consumed into the drug society and drug culture, and we start getting into more shit, and now it's just expanding, we have no control over it. But when it's so accessible and you have so many people around you, you have image to look after, I see where that shit can be tough. And maybe that high might be something that really gets them out of that stage. It makes me wonder, like, what about that high makes you want more? What gets you so, like, I gotta.
But I think it's something just passed down in your bloodline. Like, some people just have that addictive personality.
Does it ruin her career, I wonder?
I don't think so. Somebody with her
drugs,
I don't think so.
Can drugs be, well, on a platform like that, can drugs ruin a career?
I think so, but a lot of times, and I'm kind of this way, like, the way I am, and I think the way some other people are, is they don't let their entertainers' personal lives affect the fact that they still like their music. Look how many people still rock with Chris Brown after all the shit he's been through. Look at Amy Winehouse.
He was so young, though, too.
Amy Winehouse was a killer. Everybody knew what was going on with her. They still follow her. They still loved her. So I don't think when it comes down to your average person who follows an entertainer, they're like, I think they look at it as like, damn, that sucks, they're going through that. But they're not going to be like, well, I don't want to hear their music anymore. I'm not going to watch their movies anymore. But really, I think at the end of the day, it's based on who you are as a person and who you're raising your kids to be.
And where you come from. Because I remember when I was growing up, the drug dealers were the cool kids. Now the drug users are the cool kids.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like,
not to say one's better than the other, but I'd rather sell drugs than do them.
Yeah, man, that's crazy.
But I'm not promoting selling drugs. Stay in school.
Dare, you did a lot of good things for us, right?
Drugs. Some of the big kids do them.
And that's the problem with a lot of these young artists, is they all got a bunch of yes men on them. They're 18, 19, 20 years old, making $1 million here and there, and they're gonna say what they want to say, and all their boys are gonna ride right with them because
that's all they're gonna do. Or they're gonna sit there.
He's my wallet right now. I ain't saying shit to him.
And that's crazy. They don't even protect their own investment. So if you have an artist, or like say you got big on music, and I was with you, you started. I'm like, yo, you're my investment. I make money from you, so if you don't make money, I don't make money. So yo, chill. If you need the help, go get the help. You know, there's nothing wrong with.
Yo, there's never something wrong.
Just slow down. I don't even like prescription meds. That's what I hate. Prescription meds. You know what I'm saying? I hate prescription meds.
Just put it this way: doctors are certified drug dealers,
legal drug dealers. Addiction's serious, and you know we wish the best for Demi Lovato. We wish the best for anybody that's going through it.
Yo, did you know you still have a chance to win that $100 Visa gift card? And I'm gonna tell you how right now. You gotta answer this question because this is question number 3 in the 5 questions episode. When Rob asked me who would I marry and kill, what was my response? Let me know. Put it in the comments right now.
How do you feel about tipping? Since we're in Casey's own Maine, you know what I'm saying? What's your rules on tipping?
I'm a huge believer in customer service because I've been doing customer service my whole life.
Yeah.
To me, there's like 3 different steps in tipping. One is like you got that one who's like on point with everything. They're checking on you whether it's busy or not. Like they're just on point. They know their shit. They know the menu. Like that's your job. Then you got the person who's like they're all right, but you're sitting there like, damn, this glass
just round up a couple, make it an even number.
Like, can I get a water? I'm like, all right. And then you got the people who just suck. If you know that's what you're getting paid, then act like that's what you're getting paid and work for your money. If your job is to work for your money, granted we all have to work for our money, but we have different jobs. My job doesn't consist of I have to do certain things to make sure I'm getting extra money on the side, like I'm getting paid a salary because I'm good at what I do. If your main job is to work for those tips because that's going to be more than the hourly wage you're getting, work for those tips and deserve it.
If I have outstanding service, like I don't have to wait on my food all the time, or you're checking on us, giving me updates, my drinks are full, everything like you're getting above me.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to bother you because I know you're busy, but
and I
might see my cup sitting there.
And I've sat there. I've been the one. I'll put a 20 at the edge of the table. And then, you see it, and then if you start messing up, you come back, it'd be a 10. And you come back, it'd be a 5. So it all depends. But normally, I'm a good tipper. I love tipping. I understand, the waitress game and shit like that. But with the serving game, I should say.
So I would say we're on the same page.
We're on the same page. But that's it. That's all we got for you.
Episode 8
is done. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, if you need any kind of help, any kind of advice, click on the links below. Definitely check that out. Call your local agencies, whatever. We'll try and support however best we can. Until then, it's R to the O to the B. Rob, you already know me. Addiction, 2 dreams, 2 in the middle, Z at the end. You know how to holla at me.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Unique Gomez TV. At Unique Gomez TV. What up, bitch? I'm the wild one this week, nigga.
It's Top Shelf Thoughts. It's been a pleasure.
At Top Shelf Thoughts TV.
Top Shelf Thoughts. We out. Peace.